Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
I'm Katie.
The greatest of the founding fathers was Thomas Jefferson for introducing both ice cream and mac and cheese to our young nation.
Dairy.
He is a hero.
He is a hero.
And yeah.
He should be honored every day by eating ice cream and mac and cheese.
Yes.
That'd be a very different, yeah.
And I'm Cameron.
Welcome, Cameron, back from
Welcome,
East
Cameron,
Coast.
back. Welcome,
Cameron, back. Tonight we're going to be talking about Disney Channel Go Fan Fest at Disneyland Pixar Pier premiere party. New Disney dining experiences, CHOC Walk 2018 over at Walt Disney World. We've got Maleficent having some fun. Does she have a future, though? And some new drinks. It's a good question.
Do she got a future,
New
though?
drinks and food coming to the Magic Kingdom. And then we'll talk a little bit about Star Wars live action.
Wow.
It's a full show tonight.
Woo!
And they can join in.
Use the hashtag Geeks Corner to talk at us. We might talk back. Also, use the
Probably
hashtag
will.
I don't feel so good to talk about Maleficent.
Oh, no.
Is that too soon?
Never.
No.
Never? Okay.
If you don't know the context, you're fine.
Yeah.
That is also true.
Prince
If
Philip.
you don't know. All right, let's start off with Disney Channel Go Fan Fest. Was this last Saturday at the Disneyland Resort. They had a lot of cool stuff around Disney Channel and the stuff coming this summer, but really the only thing that mattered was DuckTales.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to be very disappointed.
Well, it was kind of a whoa.
Everybody, you know what it is you came back jet lagged, and your
Yes.
jet lag is like going off into
My
that.
malaise is spreading.
It sure looks like it. Because usually when I say DuckTales, can we try this again? DuckTales. Thank you. Much better.
That was disturbing. For context, it's like 12:30 a.m. body-wise for me right now, so.
So you're just getting into your prime.
Yep. Just getting going.
Woo!
So they had a DuckTales table read,
Yes.
which would have been the coolest thing ever to see.
I wanted to see it so bad.
So what do you know of this event?
David Tennant was there, and
David
therefore it's the
Tennant
best
was
thing
there.
ever. So.
They had a lot of the cast there. It was great.
Yep.
And they... Go ahead.
Well, they had also Luke. What was the name? Audience.
Sam Riegel.
Sam Riegel, who is a podcast aficionado, does a lot of D&D stuff, which is super cool. And you can't top David Tennant. I mean, it's just he's the best ever.
I loved Ben Schwartz from DuckTales. I love a lot of DuckTales people, but Ben Schwartz was tweeting all day. Yeah, he was there for the Disney Channel Go Fan Fest, but he's also tweeting things like, do you ever just see other people, or I nod at people with white sugar all over their pants because they too just ate a bag of beignets.
That was I saw that
Like,
tweet.
and he tweeted a picture with Mickey Mouse because he was so excited, and he was live streaming the whole thing. Like, he was a kid in a candy store at this event. He's like, people want to meet me? I want to meet Mickey Mouse. Like,
Is that what he sounded like?
Yeah, actually, that was a dead-on impersonation.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very good.
Very
Surprise,
good.
I'm in voice acting.
And then there's Bobby Monahan that was there, and I just love his
I love
enthusiasm because he is the biggest DuckTales. It's like if we got to be on DuckTales. Like, we
Yeah.
grew up with the show, we love the show, and they're like, here, be a part of it. And I think that would be the most amazing
He's so
thing ever.
enthusiastic about everything. Like when we saw him at Muppets Take the Bowl, like he's excited about everything.
He should be here.
Honestly, like
You can come talk about anything you want, and we'll
just go for
We
it.
already know how easy it is for me to vacate this seat, so
Yeah,
options.
You get to sit at the end. It makes you feel something.
South
It makes you feel something for
It
once.
makes you feel something.
for once. Oh, that's good.
That was good, yeah.
Oh,
I almost dinged you, but I realized how loud it would be through
Yes.
my microphone, and they might not like it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Let us know what you think of the bell.
well, that was the softest, most timid use
Because
of
if
bell.
I do it loud, they're all gonna, like, their ears are gonna explode.
Yep.
That
And
would
some
not
of you
be
may
good.
be listening with headphones, and we'd like you to listen to us with headphones. So
Bailey says on Twitter, we can have a bit more enthusiasm there, guys. I'm assuming that's in
About
response to DuckTales.
Ooh.
DuckTales. Ah!
This sounds like nightmares, especially when it was the mix of some people going woo and some people
We
like
shoulda-
woo. Like it was like it's
We should have
dissonance.
grabbed the video that you
Yep,
did.
go onto dapsmagic.com or our YouTube and you can see a film noir version of the DuckTales theme. It's glorious.
We're all in it.
Yep.
One way or another. Let's move on, huh?
Okay.
Shall we?
I think we've spent plenty of time on DuckTales.
Woo!
Thank you. At least we ended on a somewhat positive note there. Pixar Pier will be opening next month, the end of next month, and they announced yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yesterday, that they are going to have a premiere party the day before it opens for just $299. You can be one of the first people to experience Pixar Pier and the food and everything else. What do you think of this offering?
I think what might be putting the higher price tag on it is the fact that it is a complete California Adventure mix-in from 3 p.m. on, so it's also a park ticket.
And it's also
One of my favorite things in the world are old books. I bring this up not just because the smell is fantastic, but also
that is
because
true. There's lots of them on the East Coast.
yes, the old bookstores.
Yes.
So good. I went inside.
Good, I'm
Not
glad.
just outside.
I went through the door.
And the door was
Open it
me.
myself.
Then they kicked me out.
But not only is the smell fantastic, but also books of a first edition tend to be more valuable. All of that to say, I get it.
Yeah.
If Disney is your thing, you're going to invest to be able to have the first of the thing.
Question.
Yes.
Answer.
If you were the person in charge of putting this event together, how much would you charge?
It's 3 clothes. How much do they charge for Halloween?
Well, it's actually,
Not that much.
It's
it's
like $100.
would've done that.
actually,
140 bucks.
if we're talking about the
something like
the party's 3 to 9 because they're closing Pixar Pier at 9 p.m.
Okay.
And then you can stay until 10 p.m. for World of Color.
Okay, so it's comparable to closing what they do for Halloween. There's some special offerings and free food. I think Halloween would be a comparison for that.
that.
So
And betting way more exclusive.
yeah, probably. But
I just don't think, I don't know how many people you can fit there. For
Yeah.
Halloween, you've got an entire park, and for this, you've got
A small area.
one land. So you think it's a good price? I think it's going to sell out.
I think it's gonna
It
sell
will
out.
sell out.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to sell out fast.
In fact, that's the litmus test to see if it's not as ridiculous as we're thinking, which is true of anything Disney pricing. We'll say this is absurd, this is a ridiculous price, and then it sells out, and Disney goes, nope, wasn't.
What would have put me on board, and I probably would have even justified the price if it was maybe like a week before it opened, instead of just the day before.
But remember, Guardians, they did it the day before also.
I recognize this, but I'm saying for a $300 price point,
Well, do anybody remember what it was for Guardians? How much that was?
$99. It was a EP party.
Oh, okay.
And there's no exclusive like talks or design thing in it, right? Because that's my inclination to be able to spend that much more would be to see something beyond what the public's going to see soon after. And
No.
if we're not getting that, then no.
There's parking's included, photo pass downloads are included.
So that's like $50 right there.
It's $50, so that's reasonable.
more.
But that's also included in regular parties. Like when we went to Star Wars night, that was included. We only paid $99. And we also only had 4 hours of Star Wars night. So the fact that this event is 6 hours instead of 4 hours.
I think it's too expensive for me, but it's very reasonable.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. That's how it is. How long do you think it's going to take to sell out?
Probably a day.
Yeah, 24 hours.
I think 24 hours from now it'll be sold out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it starts tomorrow morning at 6. Is
Yep.
that right? Yeah. All right. So by the time you see this show, if you're not watching it live, it's probably too late.
Sorry.
Am I wrong?
Yowza. No.
No.
Probably not.
Like, I hate when like people leave us comments midway through the week and it's after the thing has already happened. I'm like, sorry, I don't know.
Although if you do get in the line for purchase, my first name is Cameron. Feel free to put that down.
Last name Jackson.
Okay. Disney Dining has some new fun things coming to the Paradise Pier and Grand Californian hotels. First off, Mickey is going to have the Mickey Tales of Adventure character breakfast.
So cute.
Yeah, isn't he great? Like, I love his new.
I thought she was pointing into our audience.
I love this. I actually was confused for a second too, and I was like, "Oh, congratulations, Roger!" So this one's at Storytellers Cafe at the Grand Californian, and it's Monday through Thursday, 7 to till 11:30, and then on the weekends, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Mickey's basically a big adventurous storyteller that comes around, and I'm assuming there's gonna be some experience that happens with a book.
I'm hoping it involves the storytellers that are in the Grand California
Oh, that'd be cool.
already, because those are really cool. If you haven't seen that, it's one of my favorite things in the park.
Yeah, they're very good. But there's going to be all-you-can-eat breakfast, and really all that matters is the Mickey waffles, right? And that starts soon. I don't
Soon.
remember the date.
Soon.
Let me see if I wrote it down.
Soon.
July? But you can get reservations now.
Yay!
And then over at PCH Grill, you can go to Donald Duck Seaside Breakfast, which is a surf and safari with Donald and the gang. And
I'm so excited.
that's the one you want to go to?
I love Donald. And I love that Donald is getting his own thing. Like, Also, I love PCH Girl. I think it's really fun theming, and the fact, like, look at him, he's so cute.
So we're sending Katie to review this.
Yeah, and I'll eat,
We'll let
I'll
her-
eat food.
You're gonna have Mickey waffles, right?
Dude, that's all I eat.
They're having bananas Foster French
problem.
toast also. That's always really good too. Like that's a.
Still eating Mickey waffles.
I feel like that's the home run at every Disney breakfast that they offer it. Like if they have that, you're good to go.
Mickey waffles,
Along with the
breakfast
Mickey waffles.
enchiladas.
Oh, those are good too.
Those are delicious.
Do you have thoughts on these,
I
Cameron?
do.
You've been very quiet.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Dang! I love this, and I'll tell you why. Whether or not I go to it, it's going to benefit me. Because it's a giant people eater.
It's
It's
true.
what it is. And it makes me very happy. The more things that are big things people can commit to a time to doing, the less they'll be out in the parks. And if you are frequent visitors to the park like ourselves, we know that those are good hours to go. And the
True.
more
I
that
love
it
the
eats up
mornings.
people, more it eats up
Mornings are
people,
perfect.
the
They're
more morning
gorgeous.
stuff we get to do.
Is it just me or does PCH Grill seem like it's never completely full?
It's not.
Never full.
So do you think this will change that?
I don't. There was already character dining in that spot though.
Yeah, no, but not cool Donald Duck surfing character.
But they
It will
had.
help.
They had
It-
Stitch. They had.
Yeah. It was.
Lifeguard Mickey.
Yeah, they had lifeguard Mickey.
Minnie was in there sometimes.
just-
So do you think this one is enough to fill it?
It will help.
I just.
It
I
will
think
still
it's
be
fun.
the least popular of them, but it will help.
I think the problem is
little
that Paradise Pier Hotel feels much more out of the way than
Yeah.
Disneyland Hotel and Grand Californian do.
And this could be
Which
them
is
calling
why
their
I
shot
like
for
it.
the redesign with the new hotel space and stuff. It could just be preemptive so they have more experience in that area. But
Okay, cool. That'll.
They'll be in demolition in phase in July at
That's true.
the West Side Downtown
It's true.
Yeah, yeah.
East Side.
Which really brings us to our next thing is we had a CHOC Walk event on Thursday night last week. You can see the
Yay.
video of the night. You can hear what I said.
He said things.
I actually ended up speaking. It was a surprise.
Surprise.
It was fun. And one of the things I noticed as we were talking about the things that are happening this year and things that aren't necessarily happening is there's no Taste of Downtown Disney, at least in the order that I've seen for the year, which is always one of our favorite CHOC Walk events. But then I started realizing that half of Downtown Disney won't exist right then. And that would be a difficult event to
Because
have.
half the food spots that are included in Taste of Downtown Disney aren't going to exist.
Yeah, that's a problem.
we'll do a taste of Tap's magic. Here's some baked beans and some coffee.
But we are working again on
And
another.
cake with ketchup.
Really?
Taste of Dap's magic.
Let's not do that again. That was not a good idea. That was even bad to smell. I didn't taste it, and it smelled
what
bad.
about the ketchup lemonade? Is that
I
also in
didn't
the
know.
Taste of Dap's magic?
Was that you?
No, that yeah.
Yeah.
I was the
it
one
was
who
Murray made it for Cameron.
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Cameron drank it.
That's a word. Henry DiCarlo was there from KTLA 5 Morning News. We had Jimmy Mulligan there, and Minnie Mouse showed up along with the Ambassador family. Yeah, it was a fun.
The Minnie Mouse
Yeah.
made time out of her day.
It was a great event, and
amazing.
Sorry, you seemed like you needed a moment there.
I was
Minnie
I was-
Mouse
we
was
wanted to
there.
give you
You were
space
so
to
lucky.
perform.
But they got a few things coming. They've got a CHOC Cookie Day. All the cookies proceeds goes to CHOC, and that's August 15th. There's CHOC Day at Chick-fil-A,
I
which
love
is
that's,
Chick-fil-A.
Saturday.
that's fun to say.
It is Saturday, June 30th from 6:30 a.m. to 10. Go to the North Orange Chick-fil-A and let them know you're there to support CHOC.
Yes.
They're having, for those that like to shop, a Disney and Coach special edition collection and pop-up,
don't like
A
to shop
Dark
that much.
Fairy Tale. I don't actually know what any of that means,
I do.
but it's
See-
some Coach thing
see, you
that
said-
people are going to really like.
Yeah, you said shopping. I was like, shopping. And then you said Coach. And I was like, I don't like shopping anymore.
Okay.
That's many money.
I
Well,
like,
it's at
I like
Coach
products.
at South Coast Plaza, and CHOC is part of the reveal for this and the open for it. And they're going to give 20% of their net sales from that day,
That's awesome.
which is May 15th.
That's a good
Which is
chunk.
today.
That's-
It was today.
Whoa,
I hope it went, I really hope it went well.
I hope that the many money from Coach.
So by the time you're watching this,
guys,
It ended
it's
an hour
in the
ago.
bag.
Yeah, it's.
Ah!
But I think the most exciting thing, other than our Rock for CHOC that we're
That's the
looking
most
at for
exciting
August
thing,
5th,
Fair flipped so much.
I believe
this
is the
episode.
date.
I have too much hair.
CHOC Walk in the Park Rock and Luau is coming to Splitsville the night before CHOC.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
It'll be crazy. They're gonna have bowling. They're gonna have music. I'm told Elvis might show up.
The Elvis?
Will it be Blue Elvis with big ears and from space?
I I don't know. I'm assuming not.
Aw.
Jimmy Mulligan will be doing his painting magic as well, and they'll have tickets available in July. But quickly talk about what you love about CHOC and CHOC Walk and why you support it.
CHOC is doing so many important things. Really helping a lot of kids, also making sure that the families are taken care of and that the families feel at home. Kids getting sick is a really, really stressful time for everyone in the family, so the fact that they do so much. My favorite addition in the last couple years is that they opened an entire mental health wing, which CHOC Walk has helped a lot with funding, and it's a huge thing, and they're basically trying to take over the youth mental health awareness and support, which is incredibly important, and it's an incredible step that I love that CHOC made.
And also very timely. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, if you weren't
true.
aware. So we are in great support of such things.
Exactly.
I think what I enjoy most about CHOC is twofold. First, they don't turn anybody away, which is huge for me. And also the fact that we're benefiting a local hospital isn't just benefiting a local hospital. The work they do there goes out and people can learn and take from the research that they're doing there as well. And so it's saving a lot more than just our community. So it's very, very good.
Now talk about our, in particular, CHOC Walk team experience.
We're the best team that you could ever
We are
walk
the
with.
best team you could ever walk
Good
with.
endorsement.
We
Thank
are
you.
the most fun.
You're all going to walk, right? Bright and early, August 26th.
And you're going to be walking with people that aren't necessarily morning people.
That's an understatement.
I don't do mornings.
I'm not allowed to sing that early.
That's true.
That is very true, and the rest of the world will thank you.
But
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I'm not allowed.
We know.
it's the one, I want to say it's the one year where we...
Get through fairly quickly so everybody can go back to sleep if they want. But we have fun getting pictures. We goof off. We usually shoot a video. I'll be hosting the live stream for CHOC Walk again on the CHOC Walk in the Park Facebook page, so I'll be in and out of our team, but you get these guys.
And
Right, Cameron?
We're
We're
good
obnoxious.
consolation prizes.
We're our lucky second place.
The guacamole. Mr. Daps is the avocado, but it's like you could still eat onions. Onions are fine.
They have layers.
Yeah.
Last year we raised about $6,000,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, and raised a ton of funds.
If you go to Instagram right now, and this is very timely because this giveaway or this auction ends tomorrow, go on Instagram, find Caitlin Noel on Instagram. There is currently a auction for a really lovely pair of floral Mickey ears that Caitlin actually made herself, and all of the proceeds of whatever the price gets auctioned off for is going to go to her CHOC Walk funds. So do something awesome for
Items. So if you have any
dog that didn't want a bath, but you gave it a bath, and is now just kind of sad.
They made the comparison. Who's the Muppet? The villain.
Uncle
henchman?
Deadly.
Uncle Deadly.
Yes, looked just like Uncle Deadly.
I would like to see the Muppets in that parade, actually. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, now
to
we have
Muppets
one.
in the parade. I loved it when they were part of the volunteer day where they had the cavalcade with the Muppets. Anybody remember that?
Yeah.
I just think we
Okay.
should have more Muppets.
Always more Muppets.
Always more Muppets. That's a DAP's magic motto.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
It is. It
And
really is.
Bobby Monahan.
Wait,
Right here. Right there. So, thoughts on the dragon?
I am going to be interested to see what actually caused it.
Yes.
And what happens next?
Yep.
Does she come back?
Does fire come back to any Disney parade? So it's currently not in Disneyland Paris, and it's currently not in Pixar Play Parade.
I don't think it's necessarily needed. I think it's pretty cool, so I don't have a
Did
huge
Jack
opinion.
said-
on it. They got something in there really fast.
They really did.
So you can see the Prince and Sleeping Beauty dancing their way through the parade,
Oh,
which
good
would
for
be kind of
them.
fun also.
They got a happily ever after.
You know what I love about this,
won.
though? Is when that parade rains, most of the people get drenched, and now they're going to be completely
Yep.
dry.
It was all a conspiracy.
They're like, "What's up, losers? Welcome
Really,
to the
that's what's going to
parade."
be okay.
Yeah.
Also, at Walt Disney World, they have announced a new menu for table service.
They have.
Yes, at what is it? The
Diamond
Diamond Horseshoe.
Horseshoe.
I always want to switch it with ours.
Yeah.
Golden,
And
yes.
I know it's confusing.
We're-
Oh wait, let me check Twitter.
We're checking Twitter.
Checking Twitter.
Checking Twitter.
What's better concept, Elvis Presley Mickey or Elvis Costello Mickey? It's a legit question from our dedicated viewer, Stephen.
Hello,
Dedicated viewer, Stephen.
Hello, dedicated viewer,
That we
Stephen.
met.
You're on the air.
You're live with Geeks Corner.
Long time caller. Also, not first time.
It's first time, long time.
Yes.
Long time, first time.
Presley always wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Stitch meets.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
I was talking about Stitch before.
I knew you were.
I know.
Okay. I don't.
The animosity was not at you. It was at the camera.
I'm blocking the animosity
It's
right
you.
here. Hi guys. How are you?
Okay.
What were we talking about?
We were talking
Elvis
about which
Costello.
Elvis we'd like to see Mickey as.
I already said Presley.
Presley.
Okay, so we're
second
gonna move on now. Diamond
Yes.
Horseshoe.
Food.
Yes, they now have food and alcohol
Don't try to
beverage
eat
coming
diamond.
to the Magic Kingdom in another place. Is this a problem, or do you think it's okay?
There's already alcohol at table service restaurants in Magic Kingdom. It's already at Skipper Canteen and it's already at BRS. And it's also at Cinderella's Royal Table. Yes, in the mornings. Isn't there
Yeah.
mimosas?
I believe so.
So I don't entirely see why this is a problem. It's also table service, and it's not.
Folks floating around with drinks.
Yeah, it's not cocktails. It's beer and wine exclusively, and it's for table service meals. I don't see a problem with this at all.
Disneyland's for everybody. That includes adults. As long as it is maintained in a safe way, especially in the Magic Kingdom, no problem.
So I always think the fear is when something like this happens at Walt Disney World, that the automatic assumption is, oh, what if it happens at Disneyland? What would you think then?
I think the same thing.
Like Carnation Cafe, Blue Bayou.
I think it would take a little bit more convincing for me to be okay with it, but the same logic would hold. As long as they're not serving drinks and people walking around, I do think there is a bit of historical sacredness in Disneyland proper. But I could be persuaded.
There's some desserts that look really good, but there is a barbecue pulled pork sandwich that has mac and cheese on it, guys.
Thanks, Thomas.
It's, the
Filling in the story. Like when they added Clone Wars and then Rebels, it really like elevated what I thought of the prequels.
I like this based on where they placed it. I believe 7